Yes, good evening to the aspirants of the All India Bar Examination, 17th Court 2022. Welcome to the today class. It is the last but one class, Land Acquisition Act. Which acts are 1894 or 213? Which act that you are going to study? Is it
New one, sir. 213.
213? You have to study it. Of course.
New one.
And when you see the syllabus, they did not mention clearly which act should have to supposed to study. Did you see the syllabus? They mention only Land Acquisition Act, that's all. They did not mention any other thing. They should have to more specifically say the Land Acquisition Act of 2013. That is the right way of dealing the thing. And of course, I prepared some of the 18 also, the old one, 1894. Then the two, I don't know whether you have seen my two videos on the Land Acquisition Act of 2013. It is a 215 batch. Have you watched it? No. Have you watched them?
No.
Huh?
No, sir. No.
What is the purpose? See, just you can type my name and YouTube. The search will come. In search, you can type again Land Acquisition Act and you will get the videos. And that videos, really, I worked a lot hard to make it out in the different angles. But anyway, let us see that 2000.
Sir, one question, sir, here.
Yes, sir.
Sir, the questions we can expect from 2013 or like the previous this thing?
See, the rule is silent. The syllabus is silent. But generally,
yes.
What we thought is 2013 only, because now that 2022 is running.
Yes.
2022 is running and we can make it out. But they may ask also the comparative. What is the in 1894 and 2013 also. In that way also they can. Okay, some of the questions that we will see that 2018, then I can make it out to you to the 2013. So All India Bar Examination, that is the 17th Court 2022, and here I made it Land Acquisition Act, which year passed. I made it the old one. Let us see the old one. The old one is 1894, just before I read it. What about the new one? What about the new one?
Yes, sir. You are covering both, right, sir? 2013.
Can I make the supplementary question? What is the act number of the 2013? Act number of the 2013. And what is the act number of the 1894? Act number of 1894 is first act.
First act 1894.
Then what about the 2013?
Act number 30. Act number 30. 30.
See, you have to make it in this way also. So at least to have an idea what it is there. Land acquisition is normally done in the 3 ways. Which one is odd man out? Either you say 2013 or you say 1894. The mode is the same. Number one, acquisition and the right to fair compensation and transparency in the land acquisition. Number two, Rehabilitation and Settlement Act 2013. 3, private negotiation with the landowners. 4th, acquisition through the other acts. Which one is odd man out? Odd man out means not relevant. Here, not relevant is Rehabilitation and Settlement Act, no, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act of 2013. Resettlement is the appropriate way. So that is the odd man out in that question. How many parts are there in the new act and how many parts are there in old act? In 1894, there are 8 parts are there. What about the new act? How many are there in the new act?
9, sir.
Parts I am speaking about that.
9 parts.
You have to see in the both the way, just an idea, because they may ask also, new act how much and the old act how much. At the time, of course, we will study only new act only, 2013.
No parts in the new act, sir.
Yeah, new act only we have to study it, not the old act.
There are only chapters are there.
Achha, there is no parts in the new act, and only chapters are there.
13 chapters and 4 schedules.
Very good, very good. That is the point. So note down that point. How many schedules are there in the new act?
4.
Very nice, very nice. They said Tanzania, they are giving the right to fair competition, Land Acquisition Act 1894, and the rules. It is the act evolving. Okay, now let us see that some of the comparative way, how many are there. Because what I am trying to make it out is, the way the question may be framed. Number one, and some technicalities also, like how many parts are there, how many chapters are there, how many chapters in the old act, what is the difference between the old act and the new act. So match the following part A and explanation given to the part B. Part 1, what will say, part 2, part 3, part 4. Next, part B, equation, and B, reference to court procedure. C, preliminary pages. D, apportionment of damages. So which one is the right answer? As per the old act is concerned, I am speaking. In the old act, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And here I have given the part B. Acquisition, reference to court and procedures, preliminary pages, apportionment of damages. So here I have given 1A, 2B, 3D, 4C. And 1B, 2D, 3C, 4D. 1C, 2B, 3D, 4A. 1C, 2A, 3B, 4D. These are the options. Which one is the correct one? Either you check 1894 or you check 2013. Navigation is the same. Means front to back, back to front, it will not come. When you say part 1 acquisition, means the sequence will follow over there. So the right answer here I given feedback. Part 1 is preliminary. Generally preliminary comes in the beginning only. And the last chapter or last part, generally what would be the last part and what chapter in any act? Yes? You say pass on, I will give the answer.
Pass on, sir.
Miscellaneous provisions are generally miscellaneous, that's wording would be there. And the last section is either the repeal section or saving clause in general in every act. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is land acquisition? Which one is a wrong statement among the 4? Number 1, land acquisition is the process by which the government forcibly acquires the private property for the private purpose. Number 2, without the consent of the landowner. Number 3, it is that different from a land purchase. 4, in which the sale is made by a willing seller. One is not relevant. Or other 3 are relevant.
Third one.
Wrong. See, intentionally I made a change there. Number first question, option if you happen to see, land acquisition is the process by which the government forcefully acquires the private property for not private purpose, public purpose.
Yes.
First
Not
one.
private purpose, but it is a public purpose. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Land is which subject? State subject, union subject, or both one, two, state or union or central, or fourth concurrent?
Concurrent list.
It is a
Both
concurrent
one and two.
list. Even state can
Both
make
one
it
and two.
out, even central can make it out, or both can make it out. So
Yeah,
land is a
concurrent.
state subject. Why is the parliament passing a law? Though land is a state subject, acquisition and requisition of the property is in the current concurrent list. Both parliament and state legislatures can make laws in this subject. What are the major changes proposed in the 2007 bill with regard to the which one is false? Of course, 2007 bill now, because we are reading the 2013, so we need not that much worry about that one. Of course, they have given certain points here. The purpose for which the land may be acquired, the amount of compensation to be paid, the process of acquisition, the conflict settlement mechanism. Which one is odd man out in this one is, see, the purpose of
Fourth
which
one.
land may be acquired, that is very much relevant for the changes or for the land acquisition. The amount of compensation to be paid, yes, that is a natural justice. The process of acquisition, yes, due process of acquisition would be followed. At least notice should be given. Who will give the notice? Chief Minister will give the
Government.
notice? Or the land minister will give the notice? Tahsildar will give the notice? Or collector will give the notice?
Collector.
Collector will
will.
give the notice. Yeah. So that is a supplementary question. Here we don't say conflict settlement mechanism, never. We say dispute settle mechanism. There is a conflict of laws are there, but the dispute of law will not be there. There is a dispute in the family is there. Do you know the difference between the dispute in the family and conflict in the family? Yes? If you don't know, say pass on. I will give the answer. Dispute in the family and conflict in the family.
Please, you can explain, sir.
See, a dispute in the family regarding the particular subject, either land or property or money or like this. But conflict in the family means school of thought, thinking, attitude. One is a socialistic attitude, another is a capitalistic attitude. There is a conflict of thoughts are there. We don't say dispute of thoughts. Are you following me? Say yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very
Yes, sir.
Very good. The publication of the preliminary notification and powers of the officer thereupon, the virtue of the section, the Land Acquisition Act of old one, 1894. Section 2, option 2, section 3, 3, section 4, 4, section 5. As per the old act I am saying, it is section 4 will says the Land Acquisition Act. What is the new act will say? Again you check it. The powers of the officer under which he can do a thing under the new 2013. But the old section is, it is section 4. No award can be made under dash unless the provision of the section 7 to 11 of the Land Acquisition Act 1894 are complied with. So see the relevant section in the new act also. Here section 10, second option section 11, third option section 12, fourth option section 13. But the right option is number 2, section 11. No award can be made under section 11 unless the provision of the section 7 to 11 of the Land Acquisition Act 1894 are complied with it. You compare with the 2013, is there any such a provision is there or not? Of course, powers of the officers are there. And one is not among the 4, the powers of the officer. Number 1, entry. He can enter, survey, and levels of any land in such a locality. Number 2, digging or boring. He has also power to dig or bore the subsoil. Number 3, necessary acts. He can do all necessary acts for the assertion whether the land is adapted for such purposes. Number 4, to set out the boundaries. He can set out the boundaries in the proposed land which is intended to be taken. Among the 4, one is not connected with it.
Second one, sir.
Wrong.
Sir, third one?
Can you show me the reason why third one is not attached to the power of the officer? Your right answer is right. Your answer is right.
Sir, if it is a land contains any minerals like that, he has to dig bores so that he will collect the information.
No.
So 3 or a similar one is necessary act is odd man out. It seems like.
See, feedback I have given. Necessary acts, he can do all the necessary acts for the assertion whether the land is adopted, A-D-A-P-T-U-D, that is the appropriate word, adopted for such purposes. But I wrote there here, see my cursor I am showing, and I am highlighting it. What is the spelling I wrote? Read. A-D-O-P-T-E-D. A-D-O-P-T-E-D is adopted. Adopted a son, a issue. I adopted a daughter. But adapted means ecclesiasticized. See, necessary acts he can do. Adopted, legally take, within parentheses, another's child and bring it up as an one's own. There are many people eager to adopt a baby. Adapted, A-D-A-P-T-E-D, makes something suitable for a new use or purpose, modified. Hospitals have had to be adapted for the modern medical practice or modern equipment. ADAP, that is the TED, make something suitable for the new use or purposes, adapted. So that's why you have made this such a thing. Okay, 12th question. The power of the officer has the following addition to the above. Either you say the new act or old act, powers may not change, mostly. A power will be added over there in the new act, some more. But here, one marking and levels. He can cut trenches and mark place territories. Number 2, marking and level. He can severely trench and mark places for boundaries. And 3, marking and levels. He can cut trenches and mark places, boundaries. Number 4, marking and levels. He can't cut trenches and mark places, boundaries. Which one is correct among the 4? I say correct among the 4.
Number 3, sir.
Why? I already give the feedback is there.
Because I was basically a civil engineer, sir. I know it.
Yeah. I appreciate. May turn out the survey become impossible to do certain hurdles. He may order to remove them, such as cutting down standing crops and fences and jungles. He can cut. Okay? Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How many sections are there in the Land Acquisition Act? Old how many sections? New how many sections? In the old, 55 sections are there. What about in the new?
114.
114.
114 sections means there is a ample scope is made there in the 2013. So
Because in this rehabilitation also there.
Yeah. Because when a land is acquired for the bunds and dams, a lot of land will be, agricultural land would be covered under the project. Hence, they have to make the rehabilitation not only for their dwelling places, even the earning, how much the land they lost it, and how much the crop they are going to make it out from that land, and that suitable place it will be given over there for their survival.
So rehabilitation and resettlement both. Rehabilitation means generally making some livelihood for them, and resettlement means providing them another shelter.
Is it
If they
not
lose their
earning?
house, sir, if they lose their land and house both, rehabilitation,
Oh, sir,
they will
rehabilitation
get
is
some
dwelling. And what about the food earning? The resettlement.
earning is rehabilitation. Resettlement, I think, is providing shelter for them. Example, Polavaram project, the villages are drowning. Both they are losing house and land.
Okay.
So they need both earning for some work and resettlement
Resettlement means
some
is the
colonies they
livelihood
are
of
making.
there. How they could resettle in the life. Rehabilitation means, okay, you can give the shelter to him to place a house, there you can sleep. But what about the food and earning is that the resettlement could be made over there for
Yes,
their
sir.
survival to go.
Lump sum compensation and some other means also they will give some lump sum compensation, sir.
Okay.
Depending on what they are losing, like that.
But the
And
compensation should be in the government value only.
alternative.
Okay, okay.
They will provide the government value rates only, sir. If you are either they are taking right to property, we don't have any option.
Okay.
If for the sake of all people, we are taking the lands, the government is taking the lands for roads or for the bridges, dams, they will give the government rates.
Okay.
Actually,
benefit,
it's market value.
Okay, if
for
you're
the
not
benefit
happy
of the
with the
society.
compensation, you can approach to the appeal.
Government rate only they are taking, but they are giving solatium.
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 Okay.
Solatium. That is 2 times in urban areas and 3 times in rural areas.
I am sure that that will be the more sufficient. If the parties are not happy, let them approach to the appeal. If such a situation arises.
After applying the solatium, that is becoming almost equal to the actual market value. Sometimes it may not be equal also.
Very good. Okay, let us see some of the provisions because without wasting the same, I would like to make it out this point where it is gone. Non-acquisition. Yeah. Just a minute. Share that. Okay. Computer audio. Then what are the things are there? Let me check it.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm coming to the point. Just a minute.
No problem. Take your time.
Yeah, no, because this is very important factor which I want to make it out, and that's why I want to share it. When I share it now, you should hear the sound also. Share content, and now you can hear both the things. Yes, good evening to everybody. Welcome to the 16th cohort, that is the 2021 All India Bar Examination, and which is going to be held on 31st October 2021. And I believe that everybody downloaded their admit card. And what I want to say is, if you want to know it, what I posted on the screen, officially designated on the 17th October. Across the world. Now, without wasting my time, let me come to my point of here. Yes, let me check it. Yes, here are India Bar Examinations. That is the 16th cohort, 2021. Land Acquisition at the multiple choice question is there. Actually, now the rights to fair compensation and the transparency in the land acquisition, rehabilitation, and the Resettlement Act 2013. Yes, the first question goes in this manner. Let me see. The new Land Acquisition Act 2013 name is, I give A, B, C, D. And A, the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and the Resettlement Act 2013. B, the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and settlement act of 2013. See, the right of fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and resettlement Act 2013. And the last one D is the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and resettlement Act 2013. Which one is the appropriate answer for the new Land Acquisition Act of 2013? A, B, C, or D?
Yes, sir.
C, sir.
Sir, D, sir, D.
D is the right answer. The right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation, and resettlement Act 2013. Do you know that what is the mistakes is made over there in the first one? Yes, anyone?
And
Can you tell me what is
and symbol is there in here, and so in the option and is there.
I wrote ampersand here.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That is a mistake. See whether the ampersand is here. No ampersand, and is there. Okay, that is a mistake. The second one is right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition and their rehabilitation and settlement act. I said it is not a settlement, it is a resettlement.
Resettlement act.
It is a resettlement. Then the C, the right to fair compensation, and here again I put ampersand. There is no ampersand here. Did you see ampersand here? No ampersand in the title of the act. That is a fundamental rule. You have to keep it. Only Professor Hussain student could know this secret. See, no ampersand here in the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation, and resettlement Act of 2013. So that is the right answer for the Land Acquisition Act of 2013. Okay, now the second question. Right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation, and resettlement Act 2013 assented to dash, that is 27 September 2013, signed, of course I did not put the dash over there, signed dash 2013 and commenced on dash 2014. Now the options are given over here. A, 1st January and 27 September. B, 27 January and 1st September. C, 27 September and 1st January. D, 17 September and 7th January.
1st January. Yes, sir.
C,
sir.
Answer is C. Yes, it is the 27th September and 1st January is the right. So here the feedback I have given. Yes, that's all. Do you want to say anything?
26th September it is given.
Okay. Yeah, enacted 29th August 2013 and 5th September 2013, Lok Sabha 4th September 2013, Rajya Sabha assented to the 27th September 2013, signed on 27th September 2013, commenced 1st January 2014. So these are the dates. Okay. Third question. What are the objectives of the LARR? Actually, LCTRRA. That is the right way of saying 213, which is not a correct. The main object of the act are one is not correct. Which is not correct, you have to say. A, to ascertain the landowners and other affected families have to go through the minimal disturbance. B, the process of to procure land can only be undertaken in contemplation with the local self-government and a Gram Sabhas. C, to ensure that the damages offered to the affected family is fair. And D, to ensure that the compensation offered to the affected families is fair. Which one is the proper? Not correct.
Yes, sir.
Second option.
Second.
Yes, Premna.
sir.
It is a C. It is a C is the right answer.
B.
That is not correct because To ensure that damages offered to the affected families is fair. There is no damages. It is a monetary compensation would be given over there. So that would be the right answer to say compensation we have to say. Damages are monetary awards and compensations are different. In damages, there are different type of the damages are there. In the compensation, especially monetary damages are awarded over there. In the damages, even the equitable relief is there, but in the compensation, there is no equitable relief. It is only the pecuniary damages are there. So the damages are not always compensatory in nature, as there are damages awarded to deter an individual from the committing a crime again. There are also damages charged for contempt of the court that are not compensatory in nature. So there is a difference between a compensation and damages. Okay. Now let us come to the fourth question. Yes. What is the new Land Acquisition Act? Now you tell me. Right to fair compensation and transparency in the Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation, Resettlement Act 2013, or Land Acquisition Act 2013, or Acquisition of Land Act 2013, or the right to fair compensation and transparency in the Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation, and Institution Act of 2013. Which one of them is the right?
A is correct.
Yeah.
D.
Repeat.
A.
C, sir.
No, D.
Yes, sir. A is
Sir.
A is
I
right.
don't know why you are so much confused.
D.
B.
Sorry, sir.
Land Acquisition Act 2000.
Wait, Tapundar, sir, yes. Our last D maybe the one. Let me see D. Right to fair
A
compensation.
is right.
Installment Act.
D is wrong.
Settlement.
Installment is there. A1 is correct.
Which one?
A1 correct. A is correct.
What is the connected with one? Which is the right answer for that one? D is not the right answer.
D.
Sir, in option B,
Installment is
there
there.
is a wrong word, sir. Installment, rehabilitation and installment is there. That is wrong, sir. Resettlement is in Act.
So D maybe right.
No, the installment is not there, I said. Land Acquisition Act means
Sir, installment is not there in Act.
the right to fair compensation.
Rehabilitation and resettlement is there, sir.
Fair, that is the compensation.
FAIR is there now,
So
sir.
that one also wrong, sir. So none of the above, sir.
No, the new Land Acquisition Act is Land Acquisition Act of 2013.
Yes, sir.
B is right.
Yeah.
Kannaya, the new
Sir.
Land Acquisition Act means Land Acquisition Act of 2013. That is the right answer among the A, B, C, D.
B.
B, sir.
B, Land Acquisition Act of 2013. B for ball. B for Bombay. Okay. The right to fair compensation and transference in the Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act 2013, also known as Land Acquisition Act of 2013, is an act of the Indian Parliament that regulates the land acquisition and lays down the procedure and rules for the granting the compensation. They say granting the compensation. They did not say granting the damages. Granting the compensation, rehabilitation, and the resettlement to the affected. So now the fifth question is, when the government acquires the purpose and controls the land bank directly, A, landowner consent needed, B, landowner and his family 50% members consent needed, and C, landowner and his entire family members consent needed, and D, no one consent needed.
D, sir. D, correct.
Yes. Kannaya.
No one.
Yes.
D, sir.
You
Yes,
said the
sir,
right
landowner.
answer, but I don't know why you are
D,
not
sir.
doing again.
D. D is
D,
correct.
no one consent needed. Because
Yes, sir.
government acquires the land for public purposes and controls the land bank directly. So no one consent would be needed. Now the sixth question is, when the land is acquired for setting up a private companies, I say private companies. I did not say public purposes here. Of course, private company also give the employment to the public at a large, especially those lands are acquired by them. At least in each family, they will give one job. Okay. Now question is, when the land is acquired for setting up private companies, A, 40% of affected families consent needed, B, 60% of the affected families consent needed, C, 80% of affected family consent needed, D, 100% of affected family consent needed.
C, sir.
80%. C.
You have to give the answer like a Professor Hussain student. Give the answer. Don't say C. You have to say C and I have to read also.
80% of affected
B.
Yes, C is the answer. That is 80% of the affected family consent needed. That is the best style of giving the answer, because I want to see everyone is like a Professor Dr. Mohammed Saheb Hussain. That's my wish. So 7th question is, when the project is undertaken through the public-private partnership, I say public-private partnership, A, 50% affected family consent needed, B, 70% affected families consent needed, C, 90% affected family consent needed, D, 100% of affected family consent needed.
Yes, sir.
90.
B, sir. 70%. B, sir.
It is the 70%. Prema is given the right answer. 70% affected families consent needed. Where public-private partnership. So here in the bill up to the previous government passed to the parliament, PPP project need consent of the 70% affected families, how to study the social implications in the neighborhood. Next, 8th question. Can anyone unmute and read 8th question, please? Bahubali is not present today. Yes.
Government can take land only for dash with a parliament approval. Yes, sir.
Government can take land only for dash with parliament's approval. One among them is not correct. Find out which one is it. National security, B, natural calamities, C, natural beauty, D, any other emergency.
D, sir. Any other emergency?
No.
Sir, it's C, sir, natural beauty.
It is a C. Bahubali is right. Natural beauty is not the point there. Natural security, natural calamities, any other emergencies are there. At the time it will be considered, otherwise it will not be considered. Okay. How many dash exempted projects under the ordinance in law on the land acquisition? There are some exemptions.
3, sir.
3, sir.
B3.
Second option.
B3.
3, sir.
Second
D,
option.
sir. D, sir. 5.
It is a D. Prema is right. It is a D, 5. There are options are there where there would be exemption available. Okay, now, which is not exempted project under the ordinance in law on the land acquisition? There is no exemption. A, army, B, defense, C, affordable housing, D, rural infrastructure.
Rural infrastructure.
Second option.
Army,
C,
sir.
affordable housing.
Army, Prema, right. In army, there is no exemption. Prema is getting a hat trick. Okay, appreciate. Now I want to see whether Prema will get the hat trick or not really. Of course, he has given
Wrong questions.
Yeah. Which one opinion is correct among the 4 exempted projects under the ordinance law on the land acquisition? Which one option is correct, I say? Which one option is correct among the 4 exempted projects under the ordinance law on the land acquisition? A, defense, rural infrastructure, industrial corridors set up by the government or government undertaking up to 1 kilometer on either side of the road and railway of the corridor. And the 4th one is affordable housing. And the 5th one is infrastructure, including the public-private partnerships project where the government owns the land. I say correct option. B, defense, affordable housing, rural infrastructure, industrial corridors set up by the government or government undertaking up to 1 kilometer on either side of the road and railway of corridor. And the 5th one is the infrastructure, including the public-private partnership project where the government owns the land. C. See, I changed the order. Which one is the right option to say? See, defense, rural infrastructure, affordable housing, industrial corridor, set up by the government, undertaking up to the 1 kilometer on the right side of the railway and corridors. See, infrastructure, including the public-private partnership project where the government owns the land. So D, the 1, defense, 2, rural infrastructure, 3, affordable housing, 4, infrastructure, including the public-private partnership project where the government owns land, and the fee, industrial corridor set up by the government or the government undertaking up to 1 kilometer either side of the road or railway of the corridor. Which is the right answer?
C.
C. C is the right answer for that one. Sequence is C. Here I have given. First is defense. Second is rural infrastructure. Third is affordable housing. Fourth is industrial corridor set up by the government or government undertaking up to the 1 kilometer either side of the railway road or railway in the corridors. And the fifth one is infrastructure, including the public-private partnership project where the government owns the land. These are the exemptions are given through the ordinance in the land acquisition. Okay, now can anyone unmute and read 12th?
Dash 12th question. Dash is a mandatory for every project
in emergency under RFCTLARR Act 2013. Social pollution assessment. D. Environmental impact assessment. C. Environmental pollution assessment. D. Social impact assessment.
B.
D, sir. Social impact assessment.
You are right.
Environmental impact assessment.
Social impact assessment is a mandatory for every project except in the emergency under the new Act, Land Acquisition Act of 2013. Sir, can you tell me what is the old Act number, sir? Anyone?
Worldwide product.
Old Act number, Land Acquisition Act, old Act number.
Sir, 1894. 1894.
I think she is right. Sandhya is right. Because that is replaced by the 2013. Okay, now 13. Compensation and resettlement and rehabilitation. That is R&R compensation dash under the Rect Law Act 2013. Which one is correct among them? I say correct among them. Means there are 3 wrongs are there, only one is correct. There are 3 wrongs are there, only one is correct among them. A.
B, sir.
Yes.
4 times market value in rural areas, 3 times in urban.
Yes, it's a 4 times market value in rural areas and twice in urban areas.
Sir,
that is the A is the right answer. Okay, now let us see the 14th question. Special provision to safeguard the food security. That and the Act Law Act 2013, which one is correct among them? Means all 3 are wrong, only one is correct.
Sir, 13th question, C may be correct.
Multi-harvested land beyond a limit. State B, state cannot acquire the irrigated multi-cultivated land beyond a limit. C, state cannot acquire the irrigated multi-sown land beyond a limit. D, state cannot acquire the irrigated multi-cropped land beyond a limit. Which is one is correct?
Yes, sir.
See, I use mental intelligence. Then I prepared this one. If anyone could make it the right answer, I will appreciate it and I will give the clap.
D is correct.
Irrigated, sir, that irrigated one.
A person who is having the knowledge in the English, especially in the framing,
14 D is correct.
Language. Appropriate.
D is correct, sir. B. State cannot acquire irrigated multi-cultivated land.
Appreciate. I give the clap. It is the state cannot acquire the irrigated multi-cropped. Land. I removed the cropped, then sown, cultivated, harvested. First I thought irrigated, then I already irrigated here, so I removed the irrigated, then I say sown. So the right answer is state cannot acquire the irrigated multi-crop land beyond a limit. Okay, now let us come to the 15th regarding the compensation. What is the R provisions? R and R provisions? Just now I read.
Rehabilitation and resettlement.
R and R.
Sir, rehabilitation and resettlement, sir.
Yes, I appreciate your sharp memory. The 13 other.
Sir, am I not audible, sir? Ravindra Babu.
Yes, audible. Dash and the Rect-Law Act 2013, which is correct among the four given below. I say which is correct among the four means all three are wrong, only one is right. A. 13 Land Acquisition Acts exempted to be brought in consonance with the Rect-Law Act in a year. B. 13 Land Acquisition Act exempted to be brought in accordance with the Rect-Law Act in a year. And C. 13 Land Acquisition Act exempted to be brought in consonance with the Rect-Law Act in the year. D. 13 Land Acquisition Act are exempted to brought in consonance with the Rect-Law Act in a year. Which one is right? You are right. What you say is repeat.
C, sir.
Repeat. C. 13th Land Acquisition Act exempted to be brought in a consonance with the Rect-Law Act in a year. Then what is the wrong in the A? What is the wrong in the A? Can anybody will tell? What is the wrong in A? Can anybody will tell? I removed WA. I put only A. One A. Then what is the wrong in the 13? That is the B. Consonants instead of consonants, I said in accordance. Then what is the wrong in the D? What is the wrong in the D?
Not exempted.
Not exempted. So that is the difference. You have to find it to make it. A sharp brain can make it easily. Land acquisition means, now I want to see how much that you are having the IQ. Which statement is wrong among the four? Which statement is wrong among the four means other three are correct. Land acquisition is the process by which the government acquires the private property for public purpose. B. Land acquisition is the process by which the government acquires the public property for the private purpose. Till 2013, land acquisition in India was governed by the Land Acquisition Act of 1894. Sandhya told correct answer. Old Act. D. Land acquisition is the process of buying, acquiring a piece of land. All three are right. Only one is wrong.
Private land, private.
I repeat. All three are right. Only one is wrong among the A, B, C.
C is wrong.
Yes, Prema.
Private, sir. Private.
See, just use your common sense. I'm sure that you will get it.
Sir, B, sir. B.
No, land, not D. Land
A, sir.
B, sir. B. B for Bombay.
Yes, B. See, if you observe closely B, land acquisition is the process by which the government acquires public land, public property for a private purpose. No. Government acquires always the private property for the public purpose.
Yes.
So B is the wrong statement over here. Okay, now the government may, on the request of the landowner, agree to give in exchange any government land, the cost of which is, in their opinion, equal to the amount of the payable for the land acquired, or agree to pay an amount for a portion of the land acquired, and for the remaining portion, give government land the cost of dash by virtue of dash Land Acquisition Act. Of course, cost of by virtue of only
Section
one dash. Only one dash is there by virtue of which Land Acquisition Act of 2000.
Sir,
D, sir. D, sir.
Section T, sir. Section 22.
Section 23.
Sir, section D, sir. Section 23.
Yes, section 23. The D is the right answer. By virtue of the section 23, the government will give either the cost of it or the proportional land of it or land-based cost. It will give by the virtue of section 23 of the new land acquisition scheme. Okay, anyone can unmute and read 18.
Sir, 18, sir. What is not the main purpose of land acquisition? Land acquisition is a process by which the government, parenthesis, state or union can acquire private land for the purpose of dash A, infrastructure, B, C, popularity of government, D, urbanization of industrialization.
Yeah,
C, sir.
somebody has given the right answer.
Organization.
Answer.
It is not the popularity of the government. So the C is the
Yeah.
answer,
Yes, sir.
which is
Interest.
it is not the purpose of it, where the government state can make it out. So that is the answer for that one. Okay, 19th question. Can anyone can unmute? That I want the new people should have to read it. That's my intention. See, when I want to make
What
it
is the
out,
answer, sir, for 18? C, sir.
Yes, it C is the answer for 18th because
Not
not the main purpose, not the main purpose of land acquisition. So that is the
Rajesh garu.
Yes, 18th. Can anyone can unmute and read?
The first stage is the notification under dash, followed by preliminary investigation and the hearing of objections to the proposed acquisition. Sir, C, sir, section 41A.
No.
41A.
Intentionally, I want to divert your mood. I prepared this thing.
Section 41, sir.
This is the act actually. This is the act. This is the act. You might have seen it. See, this is the act. There is no 41A.
Yes.
There
41.
is no 41A.
4, sir. 4.
and
A.
small road.
Section A.
Intentionally, I prepared so as to divert your mood. So, what is the right answer?
41.
Yes, sir.
A is
Section
the right
A.
answer. Section 4. That's why I told you. Intentionally, I want to divert your mood that I put the 4 subsection 1 and 1 class A and class 1 subsection 1 class Roman 1. Okay, now the match the following the year and the implementation the right hand side table is given. 1894, 1947, 2013, 2015. In the right hand side, what appeared or implemented? The government want to make some further changes in land laws. People are objecting to these changes. B, the Congress government replaced the law with the Another Land Acquisition Act of 2013. Several important changes were introduced. C, independent India choose to continue this law even after independence. D, first law of land acquisition created by British. Now you compare 1D, 2B, 3C, 4A, 1D, 2C, 3A, 4B, 1D, 2C, 3B, 4A, 1C, 2D, 3B, 4A.
2, sir.
1D,
1D, 2C, 3A, 4B.
2, sir.
2.
Next option.
Sir, first one, sir. 1D, 2B, 3C, 4A.
Next option.
3 hoga.
3, sir. 1A, 2C, 3B, 4A.
That is the right answer. See, you are not noticed. I did not put the 1. I put the like that. You did not notice. Nobody has given the answer to my question. Sorry, you are not put a 1-1. Did I put a 1-1 anywhere? Did I put
No,
the
sir.
1-1 anywhere? 1, 2, 3, 4 anywhere? I thought that you would.
No, sir.
But you did not notice me. I changed it now. So right answer is
C.
1894, first law land acquisition created by the British. 1847, independent India choose to continue the law even after the independence. 2013, the Congress government replaced the law with Another Land Acquisition Act of 2013. Several important changes were introduced. 2015, the government want to make some further changes in land laws, but people are objecting to these changes. Yes. Can anyone unmute and read? So I made the several questions in the 2013 and I covered it, and today is the last date. Last but one, tomorrow is the last for the 17th cohort 2022. You know that in the 2015 I prepared that video and I covered mostly the points which will not be seen in any other books. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
And there are 2 videos are available, part 1, part 2. Now, just now I played is part 1. In the part 2, again it is roughly 50 minutes So you can cover the lot in the land acquisition if you happen to read, even watch that 2 videos. So now the time.
This is the last class, sir. Total exam.
Last but one.
Okay, sir. Tomorrow last.
Tomorrow is intellectual property, and tomorrow is the last class of this 17th cohort. Please watch
after this,
earlier.
sir.
Yes.
After tomorrow, any other program, sir?
Tomorrow the same timings because I don't have class tomorrow unless.
After tomorrow it is ending, afterwards no program. Huh?
Yeah, no program, especially for that Indians.
This exam.
But I do have some programs over here.
Okay, sir.
Now let us see that how best we can make it out for the LLM.
Actually, I'm planning after 1 week after these classes. To discuss the previous question papers online in Zoom or WebEx like that.
Okay.
And that will take 3 hours. If anybody interested, Sunday like that we can plan. Every Sunday 1 paper like that.
Yes. You send the link to also, so I will also observe it. If I am
if you are also available, you can also join.
Yes, I am also join
you
it.
can
to
also
see
guide
how,
us because
how many can I could answer it?
Yes, sir.
So that is a self-assessment also.
Because that is jumbled and all the subjects are mixed together.
Yes.
Here subject wise we can make some guesses.
Okay.
When it is mixed, sometimes we don't know that question is from which subject also.
Naturally. Because now I concentrate in one subject, that's why you know that subject only.
Yes, sir. And learning is like this. Exam preparation should be like that.
Okay, now you notify in advance and timings also in advance so that people.
Yes, sir. Next, this leaving this 2 Sundays, maybe from 2nd Sunday onwards, I am planning.
Okay.
This Sunday and next Sunday, Kaveti Srinivas sir is coming to Hyderabad. Probably I will go there, sir, to meet him. Afterwards, I am planning to start.
Okay, right. So tomorrow class is the last class. That is the intellectual property. We'll see you tomorrow. By that, I would like to close today's session. And goodbye, good day, and Jai Hind.